A lot of business owners come to us and say, look, we've been in the business for a while. We've had a lot of great content on our website. Why is it not performing in AI? Why we're not visible in ChatGPT, in Gemini? Well, we go and ask around the problem we're solving, right? And I love to give this analogy of a building. Imagine you see a building and you know that up top on the 11th floor, there's beautiful, amazing apartment. That's your content, right? And it's great and it's written so, in an expert way, but the foundation of the building is crumbling. Do you think anyone would go, would be kind of lured into idea of going and checking out this apartment? Not really, right? So the foundation of your website, of how you put a metadata and structure for your content is actually critical for your content to perform in AI search. There are a few common ways where essentially this foundation is broken and needs repairing. The first one and the easiest one to fix is your Robots.txt file. Imagine you're a shop owner, right? And you open the shop, you're waiting for customers. You just forgot to flip the sign. So it still says closed, although you are open. And you're sitting there all day waiting for customers and no one is coming. That's because your sign says it's closed, right? So the same thing with Robots.txt. We see far too many websites that some time ago, a while back, put this essentially sign that we are not letting any bots in. Whereas now in the age of bots, which are behind, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, etc., they just cannot get in. So the second common thing is the client-side rendering. Now it's really, really easy to build a website. You probably have done it yourself. You just vibe code, and it immediately gets you a really beautiful, nicely done website. Simple, easy, love it, right? The key thing here is that a lot of these vibe coding website builders actually do not build for AI. In the past years, the websites generally were built with JavaScript, and that's fine. So they dynamically load. And for humans, that's perfectly fine. Even for Google, that's okay. Now, AI crawlers behind ChatGPT, Claude, etc., they're really lazy, right? So they're not going to dynamically render a website. It has to be server-side rendered, right? Or have a pre-rendering step. They're not going to try to load the page. So this is another common way where websites with beautiful styling, great content just are invisible in AI search. A third thing is which is part of the technical foundation of your building, right, is the metadata. Now, imagine going to a conference. When you go to a conference, you really want to know, okay, who are the speakers? What kind of their background? What are they talking about? Short summary, right? Even a few words. So the same principle applies to your articles or your content. Imagine AI is a attendee at a conference. They are quite uninterested to go and just figure out for themselves, right? They want to understand, okay, what is this talk is about? What is this content piece is about? Who wrote this? What specifically they're talking about. So having this short but rich summary is critical now in the age of AI search. Now, the fourth thing is the sitemaps, getting sitemaps right. Now, what does that mean? Imagine you go to an office building and you're looking for a dentist. And in this office building, there are dentists, there's lawyers, there is some artists, etc. And you don't want to go and check each room and see where your dentist is, right? You just want to check out the map, where it is, and just go specifically to that floor, to that dentist, right? And so the same thing with your website. You need to make sure that your sitemap is really concise, but also descriptive of what's going on your website and where the rooms are and where the dentist is. So you see there are multiple layers of, like in a foundation of a building, there are multiple layers of things you need to get right. You need to get sure you're visible, that you are allowing crawlers in, that you are client-side rendered, to make sure AI crawlers can see the content, and when they get that content, to make sure that they know roughly what it is about, and then they know where to find this, right? So making sure that those layers you get right, that is the critical foundation to make sure that your content, your business is actually visible and people can find you.